Okay, there we're we're at the point now where the things that we've worked on when getting set up to the ball, which include your posture, your ball position, your grip, they're spot on, A plus. I mean, you're doing everything by the book here. The motion just takes time, and you're the type of person that is patient with that, and I fully expect that that's why you're going to get this. I know that this can be frustrating the first year or two and beyond. 50 years later, sometimes it's frustrating, but that's part of the fun of it in a way, because there's an old saying in golf, we travel hopefully, but we never arrive. There's always something going on, but I want to point out the things that there's so many parts of it that are better though, Laura. There really are. And you're doing all the things which are needed, you know, to really get you to where we want to be. There was a much bigger gap in here, and we got rid of that. That knee may be still going. You're now kicking this knee in this way instead of going out toward the ball, which means that you don't get as big a space between the legs, which is great. A nice full turn. The other thing that you've worked on that's really good is you are staying in your posture pretty well. I mean, a little bit of movement back, a little bit, but I want to keep you from going any here. You know, we're going to keep the chest right over the ball as much as we possibly can. Okay? But it's good. I mean, it really is good. Arm a little broken. Like I said, if it's broken in the back, bent a little bit in the back, not a big deal. But you want to start down by, you know, the hip always goes first. The hip goes first, the arms fall. You're not running ahead of it as far as you were, which means that we're eventually going to get a little more power out of it. It's still getting kind of wide out there, huh? Still getting a little bit wide in here. Remember, keep it in nice and tight. Pull that handle down nice and tight. And always last but not least is we're getting better with this, but we still have a little bit of the bent left arm, right? Now you see this next part when it comes through here is it's going off of your body there, and it's still bent, and you're holding on here. And this is why you're not hitting the ball. This is why you're hitting the ball more or less weakly to the right. You have to get those hands to roll over. So let me show you one. This is Lydia Ko. That's what I mean by staying over the ball. Left arm is straight. Watch the hip go now. See the lower body go? That's what we're going to start. We're going to get started from there. Upper body stays right back a little bit. Now watch when she comes down here. Watch these next couple frames closely. Extend and roll. Okay? And we're over here. I see your glove, and I see your arm coming off of your chest, your body, right? Over here it's really tight, and the hands are rolled. There's no glove showing at all. That's the roll that's going to get you to that I was talking about, the roll, the roll, the roll. We call that release. This is so much better here. I mean, I can't tell you how much better that is right there. Your upper body staying behind. You're driving your weight with your lower body. We just got to get this relationship here fixed. So you've got to be at the point where you can really be confident with extending the left arm and rolling the hands over. Excuse me for burping. I just ate dinner. That's a power outage. This is power. So you keep working this, okay? Because that's been present since the beginning, but it's present in a lot of people since the beginning. We want that roll the wrist and straighten the arm. Roll the wrist and straighten the arm. Okay, now one more down frame thing here, down a line shot here. And what's that besides my big paw? This the one I got? Let me get this out of here. Yeah, it is. I was just seeing that the camera was on. Okay. All right, watch. Relax your shoulders, right? I'll get that set again. I'm still setting the camera. I didn't have it on the right angle, and now I believe I do. Right here. Here, I want you to watch what happens. See, your hands are going back, 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 back. Now they stop going back and they lift. So they're not far enough behind you. Like, let me show you what I mean. This is why you missed the ball off the toe, that and not getting the arms extended. But let me show you what I mean by this. Okay, this is an important thing we have to add to your training now. See where her hands are? Okay, the distance here from her hands over to the bill of her cap, right? So the distance here over to the bill of your cap, it's much shorter. Your hands are a lot closer to your head, almost blocking your vision. So this left arm would be better off a little bit lower here on your chest and your hands a little further back behind you. Yeah, you're doing a great job of staying in the posture. We had lifting going on there for a while and swaying and everything. This is so much better here. And I want you to keep it tight, but where does the club point? It points at the ball, right? It never points down in here. This is going to hit off the toe of the club. Okay, so when I said tight, I want you to keep it tight, but point it at the ball, right? And get your hands out in front of you. There's that toe hit I was talking about. See, that's predictable when you get that club coming down pointed at the ground. So here's your work for next time. You're going to push the hands further back behind you. Let the left arm be a little bit lower on the chest here, like right across your shoulders. Look at hers, right across the shoulders. You don't want the arm more vertical than the shoulders. So just push the hands back further. And pull the butt of the club down at the ball. Point it at the ball on the way down, not at the ground. And that's partly my fault because I'm telling you to pull it down and not throw it down and keep it narrow. I know that. I'm just trying to get that club on a better angle. Watch as she comes down. She'll pull it, but it's pointed at the ball. See it? It's just a better angle, and that would get us off those toe hits that you do, and there's occasional misses inside. And that's all I'm trying to do is get your, and this thing's really wide open here too. We gotta start rolling those wrists. All right, so I think next week you're here, right? You changed some schedule, but what is it next week? Yeah, I think you're keeping it, but Kent's not going to be here, right? Yeah. I think that's right. Let me know if I got that right. I got to get off that toe hit because that's just going straight right and weak. And that's two things, rolling the hands, roll, roll, roll. And I've got to get that club on a better angle. I've got to get it more pointed out at the ball, not so vertical coming down. If you have any questions about that description, call me. Okay, you're doing great, sweetie.